Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Minnie?
Here.
Mr. Bartlett?
Here.
Mr. Apple?
Here. Okay. Can we have a motion to accept our consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Let me put this.
For how much?
$86,252.76.
Okay.
Support. We have a motion and support to accept our agenda. Any discussion or? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please. Ruth?
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Bartlett?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes. Citizens wishing to address the board.
I thought maybe Jim would be here.
He comes farther down.
He may make it here by the time we get down, you know.
You want to wait then until we get
Yeah, because it's on the agenda.
Well, yeah, and he can talk when we close it here if he doesn't get here in time. Okay, moving on, I'd like a motion to approve the agenda with the added, and I forgot to add, I want to add the assessor's contract in it so we can get it, and we put that down
D?
on D, new business.
I move to approve the agenda with the addition of the assessor contract.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I would ask for a roll call vote.
Mr. Bartlett?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes. Departmental reports. Mark, Fire Department?
One thing I can think of is, I want to get approval to apply for the Assistance of Firefighter grant this year. We want to reapply for the new tanker. That's that Assistance of Firefighter grant we've done for the last, probably 8 or 10 years. We've applied for different things. The last 3 or 4 we applied for a truck, we've got turned down every time. We'd like to reapply again this year for it. It's a 5% government match, or it's a 5% match on our end, 95 from the government, 5% for us. And a preliminary, we just got some, like a ballpark figure for water tenders. They're around $300,000 to $350,000. So it costs us about $15,000 to $18,000 for a $350,000 truck. So that's probably pretty good return on our investment. So if I get approval to apply for that, that'd be wonderful.
Do you need a motion?
I'll just, or just a verbal, I'm sure you would, but I just want to,
Just a motion.
I just want you guys, it's probably better to have a motion.
We'll do it, but
I'll make a motion to apply for the grant for the
Water tender.
water tender.
I'll second it. Any discussion? I guess we better have a roll call vote on that too.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Bartlett?
Yes.
And
Okay.
I'm still attempting to sell the siren out, I don't think we're getting any luck for it. I've looked and for
Nobody wants it?
1957 siren, I think we're probably gonna end up just scrapping it and getting scrap copper and scrap steel price out of it and
Yeah, well, those are so
bring back the funds,
outdated.
it's just sitting there. And so there's no.
You know, they were old when we got it the first time.
Yeah, yeah, so, anyway, so I just wanted to bring you up to date with, when I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
How'd you make out at your, the giveaway, food giveaway?
Well, it worked out really well. The church sent us a thank you for using the hall. It said it worked out. They had most
We got it.
people, you guys got one too?
We got it.
Oh, okay, all right, so you guys know, but it worked out really well. I just told them if they wanted to do one again, our biggest thing is we really can't do it in the winter because we can't leave our trucks outside idling. to stay warm and freezing, you know, or
Yeah.
burn up fuel, but the spring and fall or summer, we don't probably care, because they asked if they could do it again, I said, really, they cleaned everything up, they put everything away, there was no mess, so I don't foresee a problem, so
They
it
do
worked
that
out
over a
good.
grant 2 or 3 times a year.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Building department, Will, you got anything?
I don't have anything. Mike's.
Mike,
Another meeting.
yeah, Mike had another meeting tonight in Marysville, and for our civil ordinance deal, we had to apply for a lien, you know, to get a lien for Burtchville Township. He applied, went through all the paperwork, put the lien, got it in his name. All the paperwork went to Lansing. Come back from Lansing saying he couldn't approve him because he had it under his home. It has to be up for Burtchville Township. So it's a matter, it's just a paperwork, that's gone back in today. We set up a website for him here, you know, through here, so hopefully we should get these things rolling here. I'm hoping, you know, the first of December. You know, that was a little snag that we didn't really expect, so that's where we are from that standpoint. Water department, the hydrants have all been flushed, everything is all set for winter. He's gone back, double checked a lot of them, and so we're in pretty good shape there. Jane, the library?
There are no real building issues, although the thermostat is flashing its little change filter thing that it does every so often. So I don't know whether we really need, I don't know where we are with the change filter thing in the year, but it is running that across the one in the library. We had a visitor count week in the month of October, and our visitor count week showed an increase this year over last year, which we think is attributable to being open on Wednesdays, which we weren't in the past. We averaged about 62 people a day through the library part of it, and our total patrons now are just over 1,700. And the library system is doing a mitten tree again, so if anybody wants to donate hats, gloves, scarves, that type of thing, we do box them up at the library through the middle of December. That's all I have.
We'll put that on our webpage. Okay, thank you. Unfinished business. Chapel restoration. Jim?
The chapel restoration, yes, we're well on our way on the inside. We had a contractor remove the plaster that was in there. And let me see, they took the plaster off, and we happened to be in there one day. Oh, electrician, we got an electrician also. That's rewiring it. He's added 11 new plugs in there. They're relocating, actually, 11 new plugs. And right now, we're sitting at approximately about $9,000 that we have to finish the work that's going to be done in there. One day we were in there, the plaster was removed, and it was raining outside, and we're standing there looking at it, and we noticed that the rain was wicking up underneath the siding and coming in, because where the old chimney used to be, down low there on the west side, it was wet there. So we started looking around, and we found a couple other spots. So what we did was removed a few planks up higher and looked at it. And we had some leaks coming in over the vestibule area. And I thought it was a roof at first until I got investigating it. And then what I found out was where they nailed the siding onto the studs. Over the years, the wind and that moving the siding made the hole larger and popped the nails out a little bit. The water's running down onto those, going in and running down the studs on the wall. So we were going to insulate it, but after we've seen that, we decided we couldn't do that at this point because we didn't want to put insulation in there and then have a black mold problem down the road. So what we decided to do was First idea was to not insulate the walls, put the drywall back up, put the wainscoting back up, paint it, and put the trim back on. And then down the road, raise more money down the road, then remove the siding, and then have the foam sprayed on, and then replace the siding. Well, I was there doing it, Al came over, and we talked a little bit about it, and he said, well, he says, now's the time to do it, you might as well do it the right way. So, to do it the right way is to remove the wall sheeting that's in the building now, and it's on the inside of the building, it's not on the outside. And then have a guy come in and spray foam it, and use the closed cell foam, which seals everything up. There won't be any more leaks. I think 2 inches is like around R20, 28 or 26, something like that. I'm not sure. Do you know, Al, what it is?
I think it's R28.
R28, okay. And then put the sheeting back up, and then have the drywallers continue with their work, and have electricians continue with their work to get it buttoned back up so we can put it back into use. So right now, our group hasn't got enough money to do that, and so what I'd like to do is ask the board if they could give us a hand with some kind of money to help us finish that up.
I told Jim that we needed to do it right, like you said, and, you know, to do it right is to do it that way.
Oh, absolutely. I
And,
agree.
you know, it is our building, and,
Well,
also the vestibule needs to be done at the same time, so the mess is over with. I know you guys are taking the fuse out of there now,
Yeah.
and I just told him, you know,
I was going over the books today with Caroline and stuff, and I think there's money in the public improvement fund, and I'm gonna make a suggestion. I guess I'm gonna put it into a motion that we put $20,000 to the project for them, and I'm hoping that it'll do the floor and maybe get that wrapped up. And I'll tell you why I think we need to do this, is because that building that's gonna sit there, it's not used. People have funerals, you know, in the winter time, and we need to really get it done, and you know, then you can go on with your fundraising to do this steeple work and stuff like that you wanna do later on. I don't know how much money but there is, I would put it in the form of a motion that we allot $20,000 to the chapel.
I'll support that. I'm just not sure, do we need, we got like 3 or 4 different funds, do we have to specify a fund motion, or do we just?
Well, we're gonna do it that way
Take
because,
care of
I'll
it?
tell you, the reason we're gonna do that, because we're gonna have to amend the budget to do it a different way, and we're gonna have to amend the budget anyway.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, there's 3 different accounts with public improvement money, but I don't know, well, actually, the two $30,000 ones are coming up the 23rd of this month, so
No, those weren't CDs, yeah.
those are certificate of deposit.
No, but I say he's talking about the
This is the
cash
public-
account for the
this is
public
a-
improvement fund.
this is a.
Yeah, the Township Public Improvement Fund.
Right, but it's not a CD, I think.
Huh?
There's like $21,000 in there.
No, there's 83,000 in there.
No, but the one where he's talking about.
So you just want to use the prestige cash? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay. Because I mean, we had, that was, say where we want it to come from, I think, in the motion, don't you?
well, yeah.
So we're
we
not
should.
back here doing it.
No, yeah, well, sure.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the name of the account was, isn't it?
Well, there's-
Public improvement?
Yeah, but there's 3 different accounts.
Okay, the one that's got 20, yeah.
So just use prestige cash.
Prestige
Okay.
cash.
Leave the CDs alone.
Yeah, out of the
They're coming
prestige
up.
cash fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to touch the CDs.
So that'd be the 2, 4, 5, a bunch of zeros and so.
So we have a motion on the floor.
5-0.
Any further discussion, Cindy?
No, I'm satisfied with that. And the other thing that Jim didn't mention, and I'm assuming we'll still do that with John as the ceiling.
Oh, insulate the ceiling.
Yeah,
Since John would be bid to insulate the walls, the outside walls, until we ran into this water problem. So I talked to him and says, okay, instead of you losing the money on the walls, I says, could you do the ceiling for us? So he's gonna insulate the ceiling for us instead of the walls.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that would be nice, huh?
for the same price.
Yeah.
So there's no added cost to it.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Ruth, could you read that back there? Make sure.
Mr. Apple moved to put $20,000 towards repair of the chapel from the public improvement cash account.
Okay. I guess we'll need a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Apple?
Yes,
Mr. Brylet?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
yes.
motion carries. So Jim, I think that should take a little bit of pressure off, and I think that'll get things done in a bigger motion, you know. I think a little bit better hurry, and the money's there, you're not gonna have to stop and do it, and do it really, you have to do it backwards, you know, to the way that you were gonna do it before. So I think that should work out good for you guys.
And I think once that, the siding is insulated with that foam on the inside of it, in the wall, I don't think you're gonna have as much problem, even with the paint. It's just gonna be a low maintenance on the paint every couple of years. 'Cause we should-
Well, you know, my experience, you know, as being a contractor, as you know, a lot of that stuff on the outside can be caulked up, and, I mean, that building will be tight, you know, you won't have to worry about that. I mean, the siding is in pretty good shape, you know,
Yeah,
rather than have to worry about putting new siding and stuff on it.
and Al, did you talk to your guy that sprayed?
Yeah, honestly, I think he's deer hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike and I talked about a little bit this morning, I know you got when you talked to George, right?
George,
You do,
yeah.
Sure, yeah. Was that the guy?
Well, no,
No.
he's
The other guy,
here, Bill Menard's,
we should get a price from both of them.
we'll get a price from both of them.
But when we go in there with those guys, we need to tell them that we can't remove all that sheeting
Exactly.
because the building may fall down or blow down, you know, without that sheeting on it, nothing else is holding it up. You know what I mean? And it's an old building,
No,
so we need to.
it's got good paint on the outside.
There ain't no holding.
I don't want that to happen.
The building is basically beam and pin construction, so I think it'll hold together, but I'd like to take the least amount of that siding off, or the sheeting on the inside off as we possibly have to. So,
And you guys are the engineers, so.
yeah, I gotta say that we've gone a long ways on what, you know, the money that we've had, and that.
Well, and I'd like to say I appreciate all the hard work that you guys have put into that. And I think that's the main reason why we need to get to the front here and put a little money into the building, help you get it done, so. Is there anything else?
Now I'd like to say thank you.
Well,
for the
One
help.
other thing,
Oh, one more thing?
with the chapel concert, the winter concert.
Oh, yeah, I got the information on it.
The winter concert is December 17th at the Wesleyan Church. It's $8. The flyers are going to be up tomorrow. The tickets will be up, ready to be bought.
17th, Cindy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both, Cliff couldn't do it either the first or second Tuesday, so that's when we could do it. It's Julianne and Cliff. It's a great concert, it's a good fundraiser, and you'll be seeing flyers and
Okay.
Probably because they let the churches know.
good thing.
No, they work very well with everybody.
Yep.
It works out really well. Okay. I don't know why the old Township Hall renovation's on here. The only reason that I know it's on there is because we weren't happy with the floor, and the contractor's gonna redo the floor. That's the only reason it's on there. Other than that, that's pretty well buttoned up over there, you know, so. Unless somebody has something to say about it, I mean, I think it looks pretty nice. It's a really good job over there, so. Okay, new business, rental agreement for the old township hall. All I gotta do is sign it. There were a couple things here that I think that we needed, we've got to run it out, and a couple things were brought to our attention as they were filling out this contract. And it says, please call to confirm time 10 days prior to the event. You know, well, if they're paying their $50 deposit, there's no reason that they need to call us for, you know, before the event. You know, that's one thing. I mean,
We have their money.
just think about those, you know. But, you know, if they're gonna cancel out and somebody wanted to get it for that weekend, that would be, and the other one, if applicant has complied with the policies, the deposit shall be returned the next regular business day after the building has been inspected by a building supervisor. That we can't do, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because we can't hold cash. So what I think we need to do is change that to every 15 days. That will be refundable by check, you know, every 15 days when we do the APs. Is that what
They're up to 15 days.
they're up to 15 days. You know, it might be only 4 days until we do it, but rather than we can't. The auditor said, you know, we can't hold cash. We thought maybe just keep the check and, you know, just return the check to them, but we can't hold the money. Anything that comes in has to be processed. So we'd like to change that to every 15 days. And then the next thing, and it's a small thing, the key must be returned to the township hall immediately after the event. Now, if somebody's over there and having a shower, and they're over there till 11 or 12 o'clock at night, the last thing they probably want to do is jump over and bring a key over here to the township hall. So I think what we need to do is, you know, if they want to drop it in the box, they can drop it in the box, but the next business day, you know, that the hall's open. And
I don't see any problem with those.
well, I just wanted to run it by the board.
Do you?
No, those would be the only the three changes that would be made to it. The rest of it, I think, is pretty sound until we get a complaint about something else.
Well, not having ever done it before, you know, and we've looked at other people's rental agreements and adapted it to what fits for us. Had some, you know, township residents look at it. We start with this, and if we see problems, we'll
I think we need to
amend it.
tweak it on that. So, would somebody like to make a motion that we change those three?
I will make a motion to change the three items.
We're going to eliminate the please call to confirm 10 days
Please
prior
call
to the
to
event.
confirm.
We'll take that out of there.
Then every 15 days on number C of application process.
On page 3.
And
And then
on D, return the key on the next business
next
day.
business day. And I'll second that motion. You did put that in the form of a motion.
Yes.
Okay, I'll second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Epple?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. So brought to our attention Christmas Eve, you know, we changed we've given the employees, we changed the day of Christmas Eve. how do we do that?
The 26th.
So what's gonna happen is it's gonna give the staff a long vacation.
Christmas is on Wednesday,
It's on,
so rather than have them come in on Thursday for one day, they asked to change to the day after Christmas and New Year's. And we approved that last month.
and then the question of Christmas Eve came up. You know, I'm gonna make a suggestion that they work 4 hours on Christmas Eve and we close at noon by posting those times and stuff on the board outside and also putting it on the webpage.
Well, I'll make a motion that we close at noon on Christmas Eve, but we pay them the full day. I don't think it's gonna break us.
Oh, I agree. I'll second your motion.
Okay. Well, you were suggesting, so that's why.
Okay.
You didn't say you were making a motion, so I
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to or not. I don't care.
No, it doesn't matter, no. I'll second the motion.
This way here, they can get it, the holiday
Okay,
hours.
any further discussion
That's for Christmas Eve.
for Christmas Eve?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's
they're all
Eve
day.
is, yeah. Well, taxes are due that day too.
Yeah, actually Justin's there till 5.
Yeah, so. Okay. Do we need a roll? Yeah, I guess we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Do we have a roll call vote, Liz?
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Okay. Discussion overtime, we're looking at our manual, and there's nothing in there pertaining to overtime. It was brought up to me, our work week is 32-hour work week. You know, my take on this, and this doesn't happen, it maybe happens twice a year, two or three occasions at the most, that somebody would have to come in and work overtime. And my suggestion is, since our work week is 32 hours, that anything over 32 hours, they should be paid, overtime pay, on an hourly rate. That's my feeling about it, and that's open for discussion. But it isn't in the manual, that way. I mean, the manual hasn't been brought up to date, since we went to the 32 of them, since the township went to 32 hours a week. It's to address that thing, so.
Well, I agree with the 32-hour work week. I mean, you agreed to that with the 4 days.
And the board, the township board set that, that's our work week, so.
But they're all considered full-time employees.
Absolutely, and I feel that they work 32 hours and we expect them to come in, for an election or whatever they might have to do, and, if they have to come in for 4 or 5 hours, that they should be paid overtime. I'll put that in, unless there's further discussion, I will put that in the form of a motion that we change our policy, that anybody that works overtime over 32 hours in a work week, it should be, get overtime.
Office staff.
That's office staff.
Can't I do that? Can't I do that? Get overtime?
You can get overtime.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, office staff, hourly employees, And that's the only ones that it would affect anyway, so.
I'll support it. I'm not sure where that goes in the manual, but I guess we can figure that out.
We have a motion and support. Do we have any other discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to our assessor's contract. This is going to be a pretty easy contract. We're not going to have to beat around the bush because she's accepting the same contract that she had last year. So.
She says we want it.
Wow. So, do you want to, it's the same as last year.
This is the same.
That's exactly.
changed.
Nothing is changing at all. We just wanted to get it done because, last year we didn't get it done till the last second, so.
I move to approve the assessor contract.
And I'll
for-
second it.
What is it?
For 2000,
No, it's not 2000.
January 1st, 2014 to
2014, yeah.
December 31st,
2014 to 2014. Okay, we have a motion and a second.
I'd just like to say that I think she's doing a great job. I appreciate the quarterly report that she gives us in our packets so that I know what's going on. I mean, not that I don't come in and ask her if I have a question, but.
Well, she does, she actually does a wonderful job because, that isn't an easy job. She handles the people very well that come into the office because we share an office and, sometimes I ask her if she wants me to leave and she said, no, you don't need to leave, but, but she does, she handles some pretty, some pretty irate people come in, they're all upset and by the time they leave, she explains everything to them and, and she does a nice job.
99% of them.
Yeah, well, you can't satisfy everybody. So, okay, we have a motion on the floor. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Rabbit?
Yes.
Mrs. May?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes. Motion carries. Contract, yes. Okay. Supervisor's report. The bench is fixed in the park. We finally got the pieces in and that's been fixed.
There's a bunch of trees down in the park, limbs, most of them, I don't know, full actual trees, there's a bunch of limbs down, I don't know. Dusty can take care of it if we're gonna do somewhere to do it. We need to look at it this week. That took wind for its
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah, there's stuff all over. All right, maybe Kevin put it around.
That's about all I got. Everything else, we've already discussed everything else. That's pretty much what I had to do. And since our clerk is not here, and our treasurer is not here, our trustee, Cindy?
Just two things. One, the light bulbs at the Old Town Hall are there on the counter. I've been there on days when it's really dark outside. And I've been,
I believe those are the old ones that he took out. I think he put the new ones in.
Really?
I should, maybe I'm jumping the gun. He was here and he said he was going over there to put them in.
It is still
it's
pretty dark.
really dark.
We had a lady come in today who was trying to photograph it because she's going to have a shower in there and she wanted to send the pictures on to someone. And on a dark day like today, I hope her photographs even turn out. I mean,
And when the curtains go
dark.
up,
It's even gonna be darker.
darker.
Well,
It's inside,
Yeah.
start outside.
we'll, I'll talk to him and see if he has indeed put those in.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know what the fix is because those will only take certain.
Okay.
Yeah, they
certain
look
wattage
still
bulb.
packaged, I guess. They,
But they don't look like they've been busted open? Well,
No.
maybe he just set them over there and left, I don't know, but he said he was gonna put them in and that day he was here, so. I'll call him,
I don't
find
know.
out.
And the other thing is, probably 2 months ago, I think you brought up about the ditches from the county.
That was my question to ask.
I beat you.
About what?
I brought it up 3 months, I didn't bring it up last month, I let it ride month, but 3 months
The
prior to
ditches
that.
haven't been done by the county.
I talked to, what's his name, and he said he didn't think they needed to be done this year. Jack? No?
No.
Well, they were done in March, so that's when they did them, in March.
Well, I know, and they grew all year. They were done in March, but they should have been done in October, November.
There's
So
money,
the-
there's
so
money
the
to do
water
it, but,
drains.
he didn't think they needed to be done.
Well,
We were gonna use the money for, over there on the trees, over on, remove some of those trees, so.
Well, if you move Max, you.
But, hey, I'll be glad to call him and pick his brain again.
I think it should be done, but it's, a lot of the trees may have been removed last night.
Hopefully, if what it costs to remove them, I hope they did. You know, I just have to cut them up. I will call him and check on him.
Keep them mowed down, the water flows better.
Those are my only two things.
Okay, Al?
That was the only thing I wanted to add.
Okay. Moving on, extended public comment. Do we have any extended public comment? Mark?
I didn't see anything on the agenda, or haven't heard anything about the garbage. I thought we had some public meetings.
That's gonna be done,
December 16th.
those notices will be going
Oh,
out
okay. I
probably
haven't seen
before the end of the month.
Okay,
First
I
public
didn't see
hearing is the
anything.
next board meeting.
I just got
Oh, okay.
everything, we got everything in line, I just got the stuff back
Oh,
from.
okay, I just didn't see it on your
Doug
agenda.
today,
I just
so,
wanted to make sure that we know.
That's gonna be full speed ahead now on that, so.
When's the target date to start the
Well, I think we're looking at it at summer, you know,
summer? Really?
well,
Oh,
that depends.
Originally, you guys talked about January 1st.
That's up to the, well, we can't get it on the tax roll by January 1st. You know, I mean, even if it passed, I shouldn't say we can't get it on tax roll, it's gotta pass first, you know, I mean,
We have to have two public hearings.
two public
You
hearings,
guys
that's
been
the
talking
problem.
about it for 6 months.
Well, I know,
It's this
but it-
government just drags your feet. If it was your own house, you wouldn't go 6 months waiting to make a decision. You guys would make a decision like 2 weeks, get things scheduled, move along. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into
well,
months,
we've been
months
3
turn into
months
years.
we've been 3 months, I got the last estimate today, was in that
I know.
mailbox, came in today.
It just seems like it just
You know.
drags and drags.
Well,
and drags.
I agree, I'd like to speed it up too, but, you know, it just doesn't happen that way.
Right.
I'm sorry, if I
Right.
could, I would, you know. Those will be going out by the end of the month, and then that's gonna give us, the first public hearing will be the 16th, so that'll give us a good 10, really 16 days, hopefully, you know, for people to look it over and decide. We'll have a public hearing at our next meeting.
How do they, are they a return thing? You
It's
fill it out,
It's a
comes
return,
back
yeah,
automatically?
return, if you come to protest to the, you can fill out your, protest if you don't want it. You know, you have to sign a written protest, you know, that you're not in favor of it. You know,
And then that gets mailed back? Do they have to mail it back? or is it
You need to come,
posted already
to the, well, you can send your protest here, yeah, we count them all, you know.
Okay.
You don't have to be at the meeting.
So nobody has to come to the
Yeah, no,
meeting?
yeah, you
Okay.
send them back, yeah.
You know how many are going out?
1,460, I think. It's close to that, 1,460, I think is the number we got, you know, so. But they will be, they'll be going out by the end of the month.
And how many residents are in Burtchville?
Pardon me?
How many residents are in Burtchville?
Residents?
4,000.
Just by property owner.
4,000.
It's property,
4,000.
it's property, homes, residential only.
16 or some parcels, isn't it?
Yeah, 20, I think there's 2,200 parcels.
Is there that
I think
many?
that's what we paid to have
Is it?
when we did the reassessment.
So is that, there's like half of them aren't gonna be available to take advantage of this, or?
It's gonna be residential only, it's gonna be, you know, like duplexes, you know, any place where there's residents, other than, you know, like the condominiums, they all have their own garbage pickup
So
there.
it's single and two-family, is that what?
So it'll
it
be
is?
single and two-family dwellings is what it'll be. And there were 1,460, I think is what we came up with. So that's what we'll be mailing. And then
So are other trucks still gonna come through? For any other reason?
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
so it's not gonna cut
All
down the
commercial?
trucks,
Yeah,
right?
they'll do the commercial, they'll do the commercial trucks will be in there. But, So, anything else? Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Or All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.